Good morning from East Glacier. Last town stop, last time in a bed before the end of the trail. We got 5 days left, 4 nights. I just ran over to the bakery, got myself some breakfast muffins and some coffee. And a little bit here, we're gonna get a ride with Camel again, back up to Medicine into Glacier National Park, and we'll pick the trail back up from there. It immediately starts with a reroute because there's like a 10-mile section of trail that's closed due to bear activity. So we got to go around by one of the lakes, I think, and kind of around a different pass to reconnect with the trail. So we'll do all that as soon as we get out there. First day on trail is about 16.5 miles, and then after that, the mileage is kind of weird because it's all dependent on whatever they give you as far as the permits and the sites that are available and stuff like that. So we got between 27-mile day, I think, is the longest, and today might be the shortest at like 16 miles. There may be a 15-mile day in there too, I think, somewhere, but we'll be bouncing around a little bit distance-wise. So I'm going to finish up packing. I'm going to finish up my breakfast, and I'll probably just check back in once we're back up inside the park.
He's a young baby, boo.
Yeah. Well, if he can back up like another 30 feet, there's not a car right behind us, and get a little bit better view. There he is. A little black bear in the woods on our ride back up to Glacier. As he disappears back in there. Well, we're back at the ranger station up at 2 Medicine, and we're on our way. So, as I mentioned earlier this morning, with the trail closure due to bear activity, we're kind of right at the point where we got to take an alternate for starting out here. But the trail continues. Normally, the CDT goes around some valleys that way and goes on the back side of this range. But we're going to be looping around on the front side of this mountain. And 2 Medicine Lake is down that way, so we'll be skirting around the shores of the lake to start out with to get around the bear closure and up over Dawson Pass, I think, is the big pass of the day. We're deep in the car camping area, making our way around Prairie Lake here. And we'll be heading off in that direction as we loop around the lakes. Keeping our eye out for mountain goats and things. There's a good trailhead map. I'll point out where the closures are at. So we started out up here where the campground and the ranger station's at. CDT goes up this way. This is the whole section that's closed up to this Pitmakan Pass. So we have to take this way around the lake shore, up over Dawson Pass, and then reconnect on the north side and then continue. Wow. More warnings for the trail section that's closed, and we got Dawson Pass is 6.4 miles ahead. We should have a really awesome walk around the lake. Here we go. Well, we've already got some more of the bighorn sheep right on trail. This may or may not be that same group from yesterday. It had 4 females and a baby. Well, we're just about at the point where we were going to take a snack break here at 2 Medicine Lake, and there's a moose swimming across the water. I'll keep an eye on him. Don't know if we can get better footage, but he's quickly getting further and further from us. Yeah, can't really see from here, but that moose just reached the other shore. So maybe see him splashing a little bit. Disappearing back into the woods. Right as a little sightseeing boat's going by. Well, it kind of looks like we're already getting to the north end of the 2 Medicine Lake here. And we'll be dipping up this valley towards Dawson Pass. We got a nice big hill climb. It kind of looks like we'll have about one large climb to do a pass about every day out here. Another trail junction, still making our way up. It says 2 miles to Dawson Pass. I think we're going to take a lunch break
By the time we get up there, that'll be a late lunch, I think. Some residual snow patches there across the way. We're almost there. Almost to the top of the pass. It's definitely been a bit of an uphill grind the last 3 or 4 miles. I think we just about made it to the top of the pass. There's looking back the way we came to Medicine Lake. Definitely a nice little grindy hill climb. Good thing we only gotta do like one of these a day. But we're due for a break. Get a late lunch in. Rehydrate. Yeah. Well, there's first view of the glaciers in Glacier. While we're sitting here enjoying a break, I just want to give a big shout out to Camel. He's been awesome since we met him in Augusta and helping out with shuttling hikers this stretch. It's been cool and fortuitous for us to kind of catch him at this moment and kind of be around him as he's been helping shuttle in and supporting the hikers that he's been around and kind of just tagging in with that whole group. So Camel, thanks again. It's been awesome meeting you, knowing you, and again, thanks for all the rides. We're back on trail from our nice lunch break. We've got about 9 miles total to camp. Aiming for the Atlantic Creek campsite. That's our first one we got for tonight. We got about 3 more miles of this high altitude ridge traversal, and then we'll link back up with the other side of the trail that's closed for the bear activity back on the CDT. And then about 6 miles left after that. We'll be descending into a valley, and then we'll make it to camp somewhere on the other end.
If you wanted to get this out, like spring, or like in fall, maybe not fall. Yeah, like a spring break thing or something. Yeah. Like we could go to Canyon.
There's a look down into the valley. That is the one that's closed for the bear activity. So that's where the CDT route goes. There's Old Man Lake, and then it kind of goes over that pass. That's the Common Pass or something like that, and then it descends into that valley. So that's where we're gonna link up with the CDT. We're working our way left around this mountain peak, and then we'll end up over at the pass over there, and then descend on down. Definitely a little steep going down if you take a stumble. Hope you don't have a fear of heights while you're doing this part. Well, we're about at the point just down there where we meet back with the CDT, and we're dropping into this valley. And then from there, it's only like another 6 miles down the valley going that way until we get to camp. We've come down to the junction at Purist Pass. And down that way is the closed section of the CDT with the bear activity. And we're dropping into this valley. Camp is about 6 miles down there somewhere. That's a cool view of that cliff edge. It's like a straight vertical drop all the way down to that little mountain lake.
No, I want to keep watching it. It just like, it caught me off guard.
And we're back below tree line and disappearing into the forest. Definitely a family of mountain goats across the way there. I think 3 adults and a baby is what we're seeing. Passing by the Morning Star Lake and campground area. That's where the mountain goats were at, behind the trees on that little ridge is where we saw them. just a few more miles to where we're camping. We got another view of where those mountain goats are at, a group of 4. Just to the left of them, there's another group of critters, but they don't look as brightly white, so we're thinking that might be a group of bighorn sheep. So maybe at least 6 of the sheep and 4 of the mountain goats. It's kind of hard to tell from this distance. But there's a lot of animal activity we've seen today. We made it to the stream crossing with the little bridge there. And this is going to make a good place to do dinner, so everybody's cooking stuff up. Got my water boiling for my ramen bomb. We're about a half a mile to camp, so after dinner here, we'll just pack up, quickly make it to camp, and then start getting settled in. Done with dinner, back on trail. Half mile to camp. I'll see you guys there. And here we are. We're at the Atlantic Creek campsite. So the way this place is set up is there's 3 of these individual little pad areas, and you're supposed to have a max of 2 tents, 4 people, and right now there's 2 other full parties here, so we're maxed out. So we got like 12 people here. So it's a little crowded. We got the leftover crappy site, very rocky. These guys are going to try cowboy camping again for tonight. They got your emergency, just in case it rains, shelter up, and I'm going to be right there. And I think that's it for this day in Glacier National Park. It's been awesome as far as seeing animals. We saw a black bear just on the way in. We saw bighorn sheep, mountain goats. We saw a moose swimming across the lake. So that's all been awesome. We just need to see a grizzly bear here in the park, and then we're all set, I think. Add another one to the list. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. It's supposed to be a big day. It's kind of a mix of long days and short days based on where our permits are at. So tomorrow's going to be like a 25-ish mile day, somewhere in there. So, thanks for watching. I will see you all in the morning. Good morning. Well, I had a good night last night, but of course, when the other guys were cowboy camping, it had to start raining. They got sprinkled on just a little bit. It's mostly clear right now, though. But as far as weather coming up, today's supposed to be overcast with very slight chance of rain. But tomorrow's supposed to be the bad weather day. Definitely more rain tomorrow expected. But the day we cross into Canada is supposed to be really nice, like 70 degrees, warm and sunny. So we'll see if that holds true still. But for now, first thing in the morning here, we got 3 miles. We're going uphill, up and over Triple Divide Pass is our one major pass for the day. I'm mostly sure that after that, it's all down and valley walking and all cruisy, I think. I don't think we have a second pass today. Here's where we're headed, Triple Divide Pass up there somewhere. Looks like a big old moose down there, bull with a rack on him, right in the middle of the screen, big brown dot there. Looks like he's just standing there. Yeah, looks like a big old bull. Well, we're at another spot where we see 2 more bull moose. They're both kind of hidden behind trees though, but there's one down there. And there's another one over here south of the lake. The antlers just show up so bright and white. Top of Triple Divide Pass. Take a quick look back behind. And the next valley we're dipping into. Well, all the trees have gone away, and it looks like we're in an area that's all been burned out at some point. This looks like it goes quite a ways down to that lake and beyond, maybe. Load limit 1 hiker at a time. Challenge accepted.
No.
I think these are the bridges that I've heard where they pull these up, like, maybe just in another week. Don't worry, I'm filming. Nothing bad will happen.
Ah, this is scary.
Got another cable bridge. This one's kind of cooler. We're making our way past Red Eagle Lake here. Spotted another bull moose a couple 100 feet away from us. Currently you can see his rump. He's facing away from us. But you can definitely see he's got a big old rack. Oh, he's turning towards us a little bit. Here's me talking. Well, it's about 1 o'clock. We're stopped for a lunch break. Now it looks like the sun is just about to come out. We're getting a little bit of clearing of the clouds. Hope we're all done with our nice lunch break. And in a little bit here, we're going to be splitting up. We're going to go our separate ways for just a little bit and try different adventures. So I'm going to continue down trail, get to camp. These guys are going to continue straight on this trail past a junction, and you can actually hike straight into a little town called St. Mary for like an additional 5 miles or something like that. So they're looking at dropping into there, looking at what food options are available, and then maybe getting a ride back by the Sun Road, which is a road that cuts straight through the park. And if you take that road like all the way to the west, you can get out to like Whitefish and Kalispell and stuff. So you may be able to pull this off. Both arrive at camp around the same time, because the camp we're aiming for is just south of the Sun Road, so they can get back to it. So we'll see them later in a little bit, and hopefully they come back to camp with some snacks and foods and things. We've just come over a little rise into the next valley. We're going off of that way. Camp is down there somewhere. There's St. Mary Lake. I can see the Sun Road on the north side. There's some traffic on it. Hopefully those guys have a decent time getting the hitch out of there. And then the town of St. Mary itself is on that northeast corner of the lake up there somewhere. I've been seeing a lot of bear scat on this trail close to the shore of the lake. I'm guessing black bears. Still making our way around the lake. It's a long lake. Oh, I'm at a spot with a little patch of mud. And as you look down, that's a big old grizzly track. Biggest one I've seen, I think. It's a little faded though, so it's a couple days old. Well, maybe. Older than this morning at least. But that's a good grizzly track. fall activity going on as we get to the bottom of this valley. I just got to a trail junction, Pike Pass Trail. We're going to be taking it up this way, about a mile to our campsite. The other guys, Dr. Thunder and Snow Turtle, should be coming down from this way. It's about a quarter mile up to where the parking area is at. All the day hikers are coming to see the falls, so that's where they should be rejoining the CDT. They may be a little bit ahead of me, they may be a little bit behind me, but I'll see them at camp in a little bit. The junction right before camp, Reynolds Creek Campground, is a .1. Another bridge to go across. Let's hope that we have a rock-free tent platform this time. Well, here's what we're going to have to make do with. The other platforms are full. There's a bunch of other people here. And we're going to have to squeeze our stuff into this little space. Full of rocks, of course. And the tent sites in Glacier are just garbage. I don't know what the deal is with this place. Well, I got dinner done. Food is hung. I got my tent up in the background there in this small, rocky, uneven tent pad. But the other guys haven't shown up yet. I'm hoping they would by now. It's almost 7:30. I gotta get this video done, closed out, and start getting edited. So I'll just report back in the morning if whatever snacks they brought from town and if they successfully made it or not. Getting any later than this and trying to get a hitch into the park is gonna be a little hard, so hopefully they're on their way shortly. But that's it for now. Tomorrow we got a short day scheduled. I think it's only like 15 miles or something like that. And I think one major pass and then back to valley walking. So we'll see all that tomorrow. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the next one.